So I just wanted to start off with this project. The project for this is titled Lift, or Lift Off, if you will. The whole idea is to create a graphic coming out of a cell phone, a TV, showing that it's either breaking out or lifting off. So I'm just going to start off with Lift as my first thing. I'm going to keep my background straight white. And then I'm just going to create my image. I'm not going to make it too big. We're just going to keep it to our normal 1920 by 1080. And then I'm going to create. Once I have that, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to import my image of my dancer. So if you haven't yet, you should have went on to Unsplash and downloaded a picture of somebody either moving or looking like a movement or a lift is happening. So I found this image of this street dancer, and I thought that would be a good one to be able to use for my design. So that's the first thing that you want to do. And when we get into the program, we're going to be highlighting and working with specific things. So first thing that we want to do is we want to head over to the layer. When you go to the layer, we want to go all the way down to where it says AI Auto Mask. Now what happens is the AI tries to predict what you want it to cut out. And right now it cut out a good chunk of my person, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to add him back in by going over to the cutout. And then we're going to use the draw tool. With the draw tool, there's two different modes. You're either adding a mask or you're removing from the mask. So with the mode that I'm at right now, I'm going to add to the mask, and I'm going to zoom in so you can really see the detail. So all I'm doing is clicking, and as soon as I click, it turns green, and you could start adding in pieces into your design again. So little by little, I'm adding in more. I can even make this a little bit bigger so I can speed up my process. So I'm going to increase the size of my brush just to go a little bit faster. So now I'm just going to start adding in more. Trying to get the best version of this that I can. And notice that I'm getting more of the outside of it, which is okay. Once I'm done, I'm just going to go back in and kind of clean up those edges. I can always undo the parts that I don't like. One thing to keep in mind about working like this is it's a less destructive manner than cutting things out and having them permanently gone. With this, you can always go back and make adjustments and edit and change things. And when I say things, I mean like the actual original image that you were working with. So for this right here, I'm just going back and adding back in the image of the pieces of the image that were in my design originally before the AI cutout tool. And you can also do this manually. I just find this way a little bit faster. And you can kind of like get right up on the image too. So I think I got a good piece of what I want right here. I'm going to just clean up the edges, but I'm probably going to just time lapse do it so that we can just do it pretty fast. So cleaning up right now, I got most of my things right here, and I'm just going to go back in a little bit and just clean up the edges. And there you go, and that's kind of that. For cleanup, it's really simple. You're just going to go to the draw mode and you're going to remove from the mask. And when you're doing this, you probably want to get really, really close, because the closer you are, the more you can be very specific about how you want to edge it out. Now, one thing to notice too is that my brush the softness is really high up. So if I lower the softness, it'll give me a harder edge on my brush so that it'll be more of like a clean cutout than like a soft cutout. And I'm going to lower the size of it too. All right, so now I can just go back in and just clear out all like the extra things that are not, that don't really help out the picture. And I'll probably just time lapse through the rest until we get to the next step. So here we go.